Hello everyone, welcome back to the Power Quality lecture series. Welcome to the lecture 2. Here we are going to discuss something about different types of power quality disturbances. Here you can see a pictorial representation of various power quality issues. Flickers, unbalance, sag, voltage swell, transients, interruptions, frequency deviations, under voltage or over voltage, harmonics. So we will going to discuss each and every power quality disturbance in detail. First of all, let us discuss about the voltage sag or dip in voltage. So this is a kind of a power quality problem that exists for a short duration of time. So it is classified as a short duration disturbance. And typically for a short duration period there will be dip in voltage. The typical ranges of reduction in the armature's RMS voltage over a range of 0.1 to 0.9 per unit for a duration between 0.5 cycles and 60 seconds. That means the maximum value or nominal value of the voltage is 1 per unit. Whenever a voltage sag occurs, there is a possibility of reduction in the voltage from 0.1 per unit to 0.9 per unit for a duration of 0.5 cycles. Means if it is a 50 Hz signal, from half of that full cycle means 0.01 second to 60 seconds. So half 0.5 cycles means half of the full cycle. For a 50 Hz signal, full cycle time period is 0.02 second. So half of that is 0.01 second to it will persist till the maximum 60 seconds. So you can see a pictorial representation of a voltage sag. This is the waveform, actual waveform with the nominal or value of voltage is 1 per unit. But after 2 seconds you can see there is a for some 3 or 4 half full cycle there is a reduction in the voltage. So here the reduction is up to 0.5 per unit. So this is exists for a duration 4 cycles. Okay, this exists for a duration of 4 cycles only. After that it will regain back to the normal value. So a voltage sag is a short duration disturbance that exists for a short duration of time interval. So these are the various causes for voltage sags. Energization of heavy loads. Energization means switching on of heavy loads. That will obviously reduce the voltage. Starting of large induction motor. So during the starting period there will be a chance of dip in voltage. Single line to ground fault. If any fault occurs, there is a possibility of voltage sag. Then line to line and asymmetrical faults. Then load transferring from one power source to another power source. So these are the various causes of over voltages. Voltage sag. These are the various causes of voltage sag. And what are the effect of voltage sag? You can see that whenever there is a short duration voltage dip, that will definitely affect the voltage stability. So voltage instability because of reduction of bus voltage for a short duration. There is a chance of malfunctions of electrical low voltage devices if a voltage sag occurs. There is a chance of malfunctions of uninterruptible power supply. Then it can be cause malfunctions of measuring and control equipment. There is a possibility of interfacing between the communication signals. And last one, there is a loss of production in an automated process. Suppose in industry which is fully automated, that is depending upon some of the devices like microprocessor based control system or any other things. If there is a sudden dip in the voltage, that will affect the normal operation of the industry. That will definitely leads to the loss of production. So these are the various effects of sag. Let me discuss next type of power quality disturbance is voltage swell. So it is a short duration phenomena of increase in the RMS voltage. For a short duration of the period, there is a rise in the voltage. So here also, suppose there is a the maximum or normal voltage value is 1 per unit or 100%, then there is a chance of increase of the voltage magnitude between 1.1 per unit and 1.8 per unit typically, and it exists for a duration 0.5 cycles to 60 seconds. So here we shown a voltage swell for a particular time period. It is the voltage is increased for this short duration of the time. Typical ranges of the time period is 0.5 cycles to 60 seconds, as in the case of voltage sag. And main causes of voltage swell are switching off of a large load. So definitely, if there is a switching off of a load, means there is a chance of increase in the voltage. Then when you are increasing, energizing a capacitor bank, there is a chance of voltage swell. Voltage increase of the unfaulted phase during a single line to ground fault occurs. Whenever a single line to ground fault occurs in a particular phase, and there is a chance of increasing voltage in the unfaulted phases. Then momentary over voltages. These are the main causes of voltage swell. And what are the effects of swell? These are almost similar to that of sag. Voltage instability, because there is a increase in the bus voltage. Then malfunctions of electrical low voltage devices, malfunctions of uninterruptible power supplies, measuring and control equipment, interfacing of communication signals. These are the various effects of voltage swell. And third kind of power quality issue is transients. So what is the difference between earlier two cases and this one is that transients can be of different types. This also a short duration power system phenomena, but there are chances to this can be exist for a long duration also. So short duration power system phenomena, they show very high rise of voltage and current in short period of time. Typically an impulsive transients. There are different types of transients. Impulsive transients, there is a possibility of high rise of voltage and current in a short period of time. So I have given one particular impulsive transients here. Here you can see that this is green waveform is the actual normal voltage, but for a short duration time, suppose you can ideally it can say that within no time there is a sudden shoot in the voltage. This large increase in the voltage for a very short duration is known as the impulsive transients. So transients can be unidirectional or oscillatory in shape, that is unidirectional or bidirectional. Here it is impulsive transients, it is in unidirectional increase of the voltage. So we cannot predict or we cannot count clear limit for the period of transients. So transients are short duration power system phenomena, and it can be of different types. We will see what are the different types of transients. So transients, the first type of transients is impulsive transients. Impulsive transients is defined as a sudden change in steady state condition of voltage, current or both, that is in unidirectional in polarity, either positive or negative. That is, impulsive transients are in unidirectional, either positive or negative direction, and it exists for a short duration. Here you can see one of the major example of impulsive transients is lightning. A lightning means here you can see that a lightning stroke current impulsive transients here. Here you can see that for a short duration of here the time axis is given. The time axis is in microsecond. So for a very short duration there is a sudden rise in the current in negative direction here, and after that it will decays. So one of the mathematical modeling of or mathematical expression for this impulsive transients can be done by using its rise time and decay time. So impulsive transients can be analyzed using their rise and decay times. Impulsive transients are damped quickly by the resistive circuit elements and do not propagate far from their source. That is the one of the advantages. It won't propagate far from the source. Thus, their effects are localized. So, as you all know, lightning occurs, that effects of the lightning is localized. It won't propagate to a larger extent. So, impulsive transients are damped quickly by the resistive circuit elements and do not propagate far from their source. Thus, their effects are localized. So, this is the typical variation of an impulsive transients. Example is lightning stroke. Then another type of transients is oscillatory transients. In case of oscillatory transients, it is in alternating in nature. That is, it is bidirectional. It is alternating in positive and negative direction. So it shows a damped oscillation with a frequency ranging from a few hundred hertz to several megahertz. So you can see that is a damped oscillation, means that it will damp out after some time period. Here it is after some time period, after some millisecond, it will damp out to zero, but it is oscillating in positive and negative direction. It is mainly caused by energizing a capacitor bank, where frequency of oscillation is determined by that. The frequency of this oscillation is determined by the capacitance of the capacitor bank and the short circuit inductance of the circuit feeding the capacitor bank. So that R and C is actually determines the frequency of oscillations of this oscillatory transients. And another common cause of oscillatory transient is the event of energizing a new transmission line. So transmission line energizing also one of the cause of oscillatory transients. And these transients having a frequency range from few hundreds to several megahertz.